Shocking makeover. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For Duggar family, latest news update. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Jingar Duggar woke up early on a peaceful Tuesday morning in her Los Angeles home. The sun was just beginning to peek through the curtains, casting a soft, golden glow across her bedroom. She looked over at her husband, Jeremy Vuolo, still sleeping beside her, and gently smiled. Today was a big day, one she had kept quiet from the public for months. For the first time since moving away from Arkansas, Jingar was ready to reveal something deeply personal. A complete backyard renovation designed not just as a transformation of space, but as a symbol of healing, change, and new beginnings. For years, Jingar had been open about breaking away from some of the strict childhood rules she grew up with. While she never showed disrespect toward her parents, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, she did choose a different path, embracing modest independence, modern lifestyle choices, and emotional freedom. Renovating the backyard was more than just gardening or style. It was an act of reclaiming peace. It was a place where her children, Felicity and Evangeline, could run freely, where conversations with Jeremy could happen under the open sky, where she could connect with family without tension. As she stepped outside, the renovation team had already begun setting up. The wooden fences had been sanded, soft lights were ready to be installed around the stone walkway, and a custom-built family seating area was being polished for the reveal. Jingar took a deep breath. She wasn't nervous about public opinion. She was nervous about her family's reaction. She had invited them all, well, almost all. Joanna and Austin had driven down last evening. Jessa and Ben were on their way. Jed and Kate were expected with their baby. Even Jill, who rarely visited due to long-standing differences, messaged her saying she would try to come. The last person on the list was Jim Bob. He hadn't confirmed. Inside the kitchen, Jeremy brewed coffee and handed her a cup. "Today is going to be beautiful," he said, gently. Jingar nodded, placing her hand on his. "I hope so. I want this space to mean something more than just a reveal." Jeremy understood. Their journey had been public, filled with moments of scrutiny. But through every difficult chapter, her book release, family differences, online controversies, they stood strong. The sound of a car pulling into the driveway interrupted their quiet moment. Felicity ran toward the window. "Aunt Joy is here," she exclaimed with excitement. Jingar rushed outside, welcoming Joanna with a long, emotional hug. Joy stepped back, glancing at the renovation. "Wow, Jingar, this is incredible." Jingar's eyes filled with tears, not from Joy's reaction, but from the tone of support in her voice. It was real, heartfelt. Joy pulled her close again. "We're proud of you," she whispered. Soon after, Jessa's car pulled in. She stepped out holding her son, followed by Ben and the other kids. Jessa looked around with amazement. "It looks like a resort," she said jokingly. "You're going to make the rest of us look bad." Everyone laughed, breaking the usual subtle tension often felt when the Duggar siblings gathered. As more siblings arrived, Jingar showed them around. "Over here will be the garden where the kids can grow vegetables," she said, guiding them along. "Here is the family fire pit. I'm calling it our talking circle. A place where no one interrupts or judges, just listens." Jill, who quietly walked up behind, heard the last words. "I like that idea," she said softly. Jingar turned around, surprised. She hadn't been sure Jill would come. Without words, they hugged, longer than expected. The family watched from a distance, many of them tearing up. Jingar told Jill, "Thank you for coming." Jill replied, "I wouldn't miss this. This is more than a backyard. Jingar, this is growth." As the renovation reveal time approached, the final touches were added. Lights strung above the seating area sparkled as dusk settled in. The stone pathway, lined with lavender and roses, led to a calm corner with a wooden swing. The area felt like a retreat. Jingar looked around at her siblings helping set chairs, Jeremy brushing dust off the fire pit stones, children running around joyfully. It felt perfect, except something was missing. She glanced toward the driveway. No sign of Jim Bob. She understood. For years, her choices, moving to LA, lifestyle changes, openness in her interviews, were difficult for him to accept. She had made peace with that, but a small part of her still wished he would come. As the photographer prepared to capture the reveal moment, everyone gathered around the beautifully renovated center space. "Jingar, would you like to say something?" asked Jeremy. She took a deep breath. "Thank you all for being here. Today isn't just about this backyard. It's about creating a space where we can all be together without fear, expectations, or pressure, where our kids can grow, where support is given freely." Voices murmured in agreement. Even Jana, known for being quiet, nodded deeply. Felicity interrupted, holding Jingar's hand. "This is Mommy's happy place," she told everyone. Jingar smiled and continued, "This space represents freedom, peace, and hope that no matter our differences, we are still family." Behind her, the garden lights turned on, illuminating every corner. It looked magical. Suddenly, everyone turned at the sound of gravel crunching beneath tires. A vehicle slowly entered the driveway. The group fell silent. As the door opened, Jim Bob stepped out. Jingar's eyes widened. Jeremy took her hand. Jim Bob walked toward his daughter. His expression wasn't stern, it was thoughtful. He looked around at the renovation, then at the family gathered. Finally, he spoke. "This is beautiful, Jing." The crowd watched in disbelief. Jingar approached him cautiously. He continued, "I don't fully understand all your choices, but I do understand one thing. You've built a life filled with love." Jingar's eyes welled up. Jim Bob placed his hand on her shoulder. "As your dad, that's all I ever wanted for you." Tears streamed down her face as she hugged him tightly. No cameras rolled. This wasn't for TV. This moment, this reconciliation was real. Later, as the family gathered around the fire pit, the laughter grew louder, conversations deeper. Jingar looked around. Siblings who once disagreed were now sharing stories. Children playing by the newly installed waterfall feature. Jeremy grilling snacks, Jill holding her daughter close, Joy talking with Jessa about parenting, and Jim Bob watching quietly, occasionally smiling. For the first time in a long time, it felt like unity. When darkness settled and the fairy lights glowed brighter, the family decided to close the night with a prayer. Unexpectedly, Jingar asked Jill to lead. Jill looked surprised but accepted. Her prayer was simple, genuine, focused not on doctrine but on gratitude. She ended with, "And may this place remind us that love grows stronger when given space." Everyone whispered amen. Hours later, as the last of the family began leaving, Jingar stood alone in the backyard. The air was cool and distant stars dotted the sky. Jeremy walked up behind her, wrapping his arms gently around her shoulders. "You did it," he said softly. Jingar leaned back into him. "We did it." She smiled as she watched the swing gently sway in the breeze. This backyard is not just a makeover, it's a new beginning. The next morning, she posted a single photo online, a soft-lit image of the